guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Fading's Race Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, we found out about this little business called Tender Lender, which is the loan shark business that Jean Armstrong has entrusted his loan to, and you know, they are a bit of trouble. And now we are here talking to Little Miss Violetta, as the tiger called her. So yeah, let's go. Let's talk to her. Let's talk to her right now. All right, let's go. So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender.
With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business, a conscientious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy.
Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well?
We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tender Lender. Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan?
Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much.
Tender Lender is on your side. He.
So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then?
We give you more coffee. Strong coffee.
Right. I think I'd rather skip town.
Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well.
So, do you know about the incident we're investigating?
What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager.
The manager being the tiger?
Furio Tigre.
Furio Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from.
Zin Eof's got a real name, Nick! Hurry up and find out more about him!
Zin Eof. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie? Sure? How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Go ahead, Nick, the honor is all yours.
No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and this scary girl doing working together?
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
The tiger saved you?
Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to...
Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. He saved her life? I'd sure like to know how that happened.
I am very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope.
I guess they were expecting to take her a boat ride across the River Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So, is that why you've got that bandage around your head?
This?
So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation.
Operation?
It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
A fatal injury? Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about when you said you had died once? I'm not even surprised. Why am I not surprised?
Ugh, she really creeps me out, Nick.
Same here, but we gotta find out the truth. Well, heck, what do we do now? Anything else we can present? Anything else we can, talk about? I don't know, man. Let's go back to Vitamin Square. cool. January 7th, Vitamin Square. There he is! Old Sweetie's back feeding the pigeons again. There! Take this! And get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya. Just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can. What? Why? Hello, old man! What are you doing, Maya? Huh? Ka! Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised. I bet he really hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo! Huh? Pigeon. Ka! Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? Out with the demons! In with the good fortune! Ow! 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 Seeds, shell splinters! Painful! I always knew you were a demon, Maya. This theme, though. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. Everyone will be talking about me behind my back now. A dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside that he can't remember her face. A filthy, depraved animal. Not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lady's Javachito. We hear ya. And another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. We're really sorry. So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I tell ya. Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky haired brat. Take this. You said you were a craftsman, right? The modern world honest craftsmen like me is cited droves. Surely it's not that. I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole, objection! Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. I got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out. If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Guess I better let him talk. So, there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then. Of course not, you idiot! All I'm good for nowadays is running errands. Errands? Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Grams. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bit community handman? Well, buy some bread. Now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? What do people say that mean? What they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh, yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Trebien? Did you get asked to run an errand there, too? Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned. What? I'm sure it was just to call the police. Well, that's right, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad had slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you, call the police. Call them yourself. I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time. So, did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course. You went looking for one? I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened, yes sirree, the owner at Trebien was at Trebien on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, I would have if you given me the chance, but you all bullied me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more I gotta say. Well, yes, I remember something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious, which leaves that man, alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Oh, sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. See ya, Kudo. For that, do we have anything we need to present to him? Let's actually go back to Tender Lender real quick. That. I forgot about that. Let's see. This round doll thing is called a Dharma, I think. I figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured in case you're wondering. You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change? I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always write himself. Go on, Nick, give him a good shove. Only if I feel like dying. Now this yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king? Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know. Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? A repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane! The car's registered to the Cadaverinis. Huh? So it's not even the Tiger's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tiger's office? Okay. That's all I came here to do. Okay. Très bien. January 7th, Très bien kitchen. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again. But the place is open for business. You can't have a restaurant open without a chef. Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. I'm missing when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose? What am I doing? Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening. It's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big just like Glenn Elk did. It's like you can see right through me. Huh? I've cracked him already? That's why I said it was nothing. Alright, that was easy. I should have done this first. I should have done this right as the cyclone came. I thought it took more. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. What's with everyone in the lottery? So, how did it go? I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing than have a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk. when they read those results out on the radio, it really gets your heart pumping. You know they broadcast it live when they're picking the numbers? It's intense, pal.
I bet that's what Glenn L. was listening to on the day when he was killed.
Yeah, what time is it now? It's just after 1:30. And are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah, look, I got this flyer when I brought the ticket.
Millionaire Radio. That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick.
Then buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We got a big meeting starting in a bit.
About Maggie's case, you mean?
No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside.
Okay, well, see you later then.
Bye! Welcome back. Hello? You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I kinda got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me.
What is it?
It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I can make it. I've been real worried about her. She looked like she's lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on earth who could down this much meat.
You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. So will you give it to her? It took ages to make, so please say you will, pal. I can't exactly say no, can I?
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. He's finally gone. Okay. January 7th, Detention Center Visitors Room.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you?
Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm gonna stay up all night and blog about everything that just happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man.
Well, he was all over the place with his testimony.
He's not the only one.
Huh? What do you mean?
Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident anyway.
Is it possible she is the one misremembering things?
Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that didn't match up with what you remembered? Yep. There are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him.
But didn't Mr. Kuda testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup?
So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn L., collapsed, right?
Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between that time and the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Trebien.
No idea at all. Why, is it important, Mr. Wright?
The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Exactly, and you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No! You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you?
When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier.
I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out.
We better find out exactly what happened to the old man on that day.
I'm so hot. It's really hot in here. I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man.
He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if that has anything to do with Mr. Kudowater's testimony.
Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it.
Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant.
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo.
But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman.
A woman?
Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh.
Creepy?
Cackling?
Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? It's Violetta.
I know it used to be on the police. Oh, come on. Aw, don't let it get you down, Maggie. Holy smokes, that's him! Huh? That's your phony, Mr. Wright! Just look at that ridiculous suntan!
For the record, I'm not sunburned like an overdried tomato, so I don't know how...
He told me he'd been on a business trip to Hawaii and that's where he got the tan.
I'm not hearing this.
Mr. Armstrong was very good to me after I was fired from the force. I can't believe someone as nice as him could have anything to do with this.
Well, in the time between the victim being poisoned and the police being called, the only person who was on the scene and had a chance to do anything was Mr. Armstrong. There was no one else there.
Mr. Armstrong wouldn't set me up, would he?
Any evidence to present?
Is that your attorney's badge?
Actually, it's a fake.
Holy smokes, that's it! Huh? That's the badge your phony had, Mr. Wright.
You got duped by this?
But it's a completely different color.
And what about the fact that it's made out of paper?
He said the badge got a tan as well while he was on Hawaii on business.
I'm beginning to see how my phony was able to gain her trust. Oh, yeah, I've got something you're gonna love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox just for you. Here.
Wow, a lunchbox! Weenies, too! I can't believe it! Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who also makes such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir.
Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that.
The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them.
Somehow when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier.
And anyway, I hate weenies! Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But...
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
But... I guess so. Well, how was it?
That hit the spot. I love weenies.
Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Oh,
Poor Maggie. Well, that's where we're gonna stop for today. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet. Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload. Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!